twisted. Universities is out making money. And they're making it off, and a lot of the state-funded universities are about making money in spite of getting government kickbacks. So these universities with the Alabamas, the Clemson, the Florida State, the Miami, these schools are making so many millions and millions of dollars. It's nothing to say, hey, kid, you're on this team. I don't want you thinking about selling drugs to help your mom pay for rent. I don't want you to think about selling your shoes to make a couple of dollars to take your chick out. Here's $1,000 a week. Here's $2,000 a month. If you do anything illegal, you're not allowed to play football at this level again. Now, for my level, Division I AA, you ain't got to give me no money. The only thing I'd like change is stricter rules on education. Like, these kids are up at 4 a.m. playing football until 7 a.m. They got to go to class all day. That's kind of rough. It's tough to stay awake at 8 a.m. class. We just play 3 hours in the morning. Don't let me have to eat a meal plan. I should be able to eat free on campus whenever I want because I'm 300 pounds. I practice all day. I go to class all day. If I want a chicken burger at 8 p.m., don't say, yo, you used your meal earlier. Just let me eat when I want to eat. And that's fair. I'm pretty sure a lot of stuff has to be regulated money-wise, but for Division I AA athletes, they don't need checks. But the Division I A athletes who are getting these TV contracts, because that's how they make money. Mm-hmm. CBS for the SEC, NBC for Notre Dame and the Big Ten, they're paying these universities $1 billion to show these games. Cut the kids a check, man.
How close were you to making it to the league?
I was close enough that if I worked harder, it took me a while to be real with myself. If I worked harder, I could have been in the league without an issue. I would have been a millionaire. My wife would have been able to take half of my million if she left me. My kid would have never had to work. But because I didn't commit and work hard enough, I probably was one of those guys who could have been, So I was close. I had a couple workouts. Man, I skipped a workout with the Kansas City Chiefs because I had girl problems. Like, who does that? I didn't even end up with the girl.
Wait,
I just skipped the workout.
What happened?
I skipped the workout with the Kansas City Chiefs because I was having girl problems. That's when I first broke up. You remember my ex-girlfriend I was with for so long. The second time we broke up, this was after I found out she was cheating on me at Greg's house New Year's, that famous party. So when we broke up the second time was the day I was supposed to work out with the Kansas City Chiefs. And I went and talked to her because I had to break up with her instead of going to a workout. So I was close, but, I was a kid from New Jersey who just ain't work hard, man. You got to be real with yourself. It was on me.
What does the workout consist of? So you said you was going to go? You were scheduled to go, but just didn't go at the last minute?
Just didn't show up. He called me 3 times, and I just didn't answer my cell phone.
And what is a workout for? What does that look like?
So the workout that I had with the other NFL teams, I had to do a cone drill, which is kind of hard to explain. It's like
wait, you worked out for other NFL teams?
Yeah, I worked out for a bunch when I was in my senior year of college.
Oh, tell us. You just told us the one that you didn't go to. Which ones did you actually go to?
Well, in college, when you play college football, when you have workouts usually around February. Sometimes it's in December, depending on what the NFL schedule is. But at different universities, they have, combine workouts before the big combine in Indianapolis. So you're usually invited to these universities in your surrounding areas where NFL scouts come, look at the talent. You give them the tape, they talk to you, you have an interview with them. And that's where you work out at. Now, I was good enough where scouts were coming to Towson to watch me play. And then they would talk to me after the game, or they would show up on like a Wednesday and coach like, hey, San Diego's in here to talk to you. Come up to the coach's office. Come talk to the Chargers, recruit guy. And I'm going to talk to him. They're like, make sure you wear something. So I used to always wear my Sixers Iverson All-Star jersey. I had my arms out and all stuff to show them that I was big and all that stuff. This shit don't mean nothing. And they usually do your height and your weight, talk to you, see where your head is at. That was the funny thing. Every single team I talked to, everybody from the Bears, the Chargers, the Chiefs, the Raiders, the Ravens, the Eagles, everybody I talked to loved me. But they all said, hey, you're a little bit too short. You got to ball out on your workout. So I was like, all right. So I had a couple good workouts, but just didn't work out, man. But it was a good experience, though.
Yeah, it was. I mean, between you playing football and being a Sigma, I mean, you was like it was like I didn't know, like, because not many people from my family went to college, at least that I knew of at that time. But it was like Morgan. I went to Morgan, right? Y'all went to Towson. And it was like Towson was the big deal. Like Morgan was dope. Y'all knew what it was when you came to Morgan. But Towson definitely, in my eyes then, it was like a bigger deal. And then when you became a Sigma, it was like people, you knew, like people, you was like a god basically in Maryland. What did being a Sigma and pledging, like what did that do for you?
Well, pledge was good. Well, I didn't want to pledge. I didn't know. Like, see, I have two sets of families. I have the family, my initial family, my mom, my grandma, my grandma, my aunts, and all of them. None of them went to college. So I think my aunt did a little bit of college, but nobody really went to college. And my stepdad's side of the family, my stepdad, who I just call my dad. So if you hear me say my dad, it's just I'm talking about him. So my dad didn't go to college. He just was a high school graduate. But so my dad or my mom, neither one of them went to college. But my dad's parents, my grandparents, like they were scholars for real, like doctorates, principals, all that stuff. So, but I never really talked to them about college. So, and my grandfather was a Kappa, my grandmother was a Delta. So I saw their paths. But I didn't know what it meant. I didn't know what pledging was. I didn't really even understand. You move from the port to the middle of life. Yeah. But I didn't really know.
Unfortunately, I prefer Yingling these days. But they didn't have no Yingling today. Yeah.
Cheers, my brother. Cheers. But yeah, so I didn't understand anything about pledging. And honestly, I didn't care anything about pledging. I was there to play football. I was there to play football. I was there to get an education, and I was going to go right back to Camden, right back to Pennsauken in my life. But a couple of my boys were talking about being Sigmas. And my line brother, it was weird how we got cool because he's from Maryland. He's from a different walk of life. But we like dumb movies, so we got real cool on that. And then he was like, yo, come to this interest meeting with me. I don't want to go by myself. Come to this interest meeting with me. And so I was like, all right, cool. And I had another older football player who was like, yo, I'm interested too. Let's do it. So it ended up being 5 of us. And we were all football players. So we went to this interest meeting, and it was for Sigmas because there were a lot of Sigmas on the football team that I was a part of. And a lot of them were influenced by them. Again, I didn't know anything about Greek life. I didn't know anything about any of this. So we went to this interest meeting, and it just seemed like a bunch of homies that would hang out. So I was just like, all right, I mean, it's cool. I don't really need to do it. But they was like, yo, we all need to do this. Let's all get down. And peer pressure, I was like, all right, well, if y'all want to do it, then we got to do it. We can't quit. Because at this point, I've heard the stories about hazing and all that stuff. And I'm like, look, I don't really want to do this, but I ain't leaving y'all out there. Y'all my boys. We all went to this interest meeting. If we all do, we all do it. Now it's 5 of us. And we all said we all going to do it. So 5 of us started, but only 2 of us finished. Three of the guys was like, yo, I can't do it. And I was like, yo, this thing is falling apart. I was like, well, I guess we're done. And my line brother, the guy who finished with him, was like, yo, I don't quit anything. And you promised me you wouldn't quit. So I said, fuck it, I guess I'm stuck. So, and that's how I pledged Sigma. I wasn't really close with any of the Sigmas on campus at that point. I wasn't really close. I mean, I knew the Sigmas on the football team, but they were my football buddies. They weren't like Sigma football buddies. I didn't know anything. But I pledged Sigma. I went through the process, and it was one of the best experiences of my life. I hated it. I complained every single day about it, but it showed me I can do stuff outside of my box and things that I wasn't really interested in and still complete successfully. But then the networking became crazy. Like the women aspect, that's part of the first reason why I broke up with my first girlfriend, because then you're starting to go to different campuses, you're doing step shows, things, different chicks are seeing you out there, you passing out numbers and all that stuff. And now girls are like, yo, come through and show me your little step. And that's not really one they see. And things got a little crazy. I was running up and down the Maryland Highway a lot. So Sigma's been good to me. It's the greatest organization in the world. If you're out there and you want to join the Sigma, make sure you hit me up on Twitter at Bijman. Man, I'll put you in the right direction, and we can get your process started, man. It's a great network.
What was those parties y'all used to have called?
The Players Ball.
Oh, yeah, the Players Ball.
Yo, can I talk about you, son?
Yeah.
We had the Players Ball and the Cabaret.
Oh, yeah, the Cabaret. Yeah.
The Cabaret is where you broke my man's Jaguar.
Wait, what?
So, and that was the best thing about my college life. Like Ray introduced me to you. That's how we got cool.
Uh-huh.
But me being a Sigma and me being cool with you, even though you didn't know any of the Sigmas on campus, I was able to link y'all two, and we all became cool. Me, you, Mal, B, and we had if we could have kept that community together, it would have been ridiculous. But the parties were ridiculous. So the Players Ball was like, we tried to label it the Pimps and Hoes Party.
Mm-hmm.
Towson shut that down. Towson was like, nah, you're not calling any.
As they should have.
Absolutely. Way to be adults. I'm clapping you up. Good job, Towson. So we called it the Players Ball, where everybody came in dressed like a pimp. And this was time for girls to dress a little scandalous. It was around October.
Come on now.
I'm just saying, man, were they dressed? Whoop! That was a good time. And then the party that you ruined my man Jaguar on was the Cabaret that we used to have at the little military
I know
building.
What you're talking about. Yep.
The problem with the Cabaret, and looking back now, so the good thing about being a Sigma on Towson is that we had a lot of educated, hardworking brothers. So we were able to raise a lot of money. So we were probably the only. Now the campus had a house off of campus, but it was like way down closer to Baltimore. Yeah. But we were the only fraternity on campus that would rent a building close to campus, but off campus, so none of the Towson rules apply. We decorate the entire building, fill it with food, and it'd be all you can drink. All you can drink for $20. And this was before Uber.
He said for $20.
For the $20 a ticket. You can't beat that.
Yo, that was a hot ticket, yo. You get tickets.
So we would sell out in an hour. I swear my calling should have been to throw parties. I should have been a professional party thrower because our parties are ridiculous. But you, son, my man, Billionaire Brown, came through stunting with the C ring on 20s. They was 10s, but you kept them clean. had a lot of liquor. And I don't know what happened at the end of the night. So we used to park some of our older frat brothers who had money. One had a Jaguar, one had a BMW, one had a nice Lexus. We used to always park them in front of the entrance, so that when people walk up, they saw the nice cars and all that stuff. I don't know what happened to you, but you was like, "Yo, I'm out of here," and you bro. Like I know what happened, but I'm not gonna say that on here. And you took a full sprint out of the door and you tripped on your slippery Earls and